Hi, I'm Giselle Mosley, and I am here with the tribute band, U2.
To you.
I'm pretty excited about this. This is our interview, and we're gonna understand and know a little bit about this band, this amazing band that I had the pleasure to see playing a few times. So I have to introduce them to you before we start this. So this is the lead singing,
I'm Jason.
Jason.
Yes, that's me, Jason.
And you are?
I'm Brad on the Edge.
Okay. And what do you do, Brad? Tell us. What do you
The
play?
Edge. Well, I play guitar.
Okay. And how about you?
I pretend to be a guy called Bono. He was a crazy Irishman, but he's a really good singer.
Okay.
And plays in a really good band. So.
Okay, so Jason, so tell me, how did this started? What is the Sunday, Bloody Sunday of your band journey? The moment that made you say, yeah, we're gonna do this.
I think when I played over in Great Britain and Wales, Ireland in a U2 tribute band called Unforgettable Fire, and did that for many years. And I come over to my coming to America moment. After a few years, I decided to put a tribute band together, and I met Brad first on Craigslist. And for my friends over in the UK, that's not a gay date site. It's it's where you meet bands and stuff like that. And then I met Walter through a mutual friend. And then I met our bass player Eric on a website. So me and Brad have known each other probably 12 years, me and Walter 10 years, and then several years ago we decided to finally do this, and yeah, we've been doing it ever since.
And how long did it take until you guys all got together and decided to do this?
Probably about 3 years ago is when we really started, playing out a lot and just have a lot of fun playing the music with U2. We're all big fans, so it's a treat for us to get up and be able to feel the energy from the crowd and just kind of vibe with them. So we love it, absolutely love it.
Okay, so the second question. I'm gonna go to the second question, and this is first time magic. Do you remember the very first time you played U2 or U2 live? What was the crowd reaction? Do you remember that?
I remember it. Yeah, I remember it. It was a St. Patrick's Day festival, and
where was it?
It was
Do you
a
remember?
street festival down in Coral Gables.
Okay.
And it was great. There was a great crowd. It was a beautiful day, and beautiful day. And we were up there on stage, and the crowd started gathering, and we started playing. It was just fantastic. And we went through the set list, and people were dancing and just having a great time. Green beer was flying.
Was it during the day?
Yeah, it was during the day, but went into the evening. So it was a great time. It was a great St. Patrick's Day. Best I've ever had.
Hope to play there this year.
Is that the
next
same
year.
for you?
Yeah, I think so. One of the first shows that we did, even though we've done some shows, a little bit of shows before, like some things like that. But I think that was definitely the biggest show that we did at that time. So I think getting up there and seeing all the crowd, like Brad says, and to see them singing back to us, and it was really nice to find, that they accepted us. We had people singing the lyrics for us, and yeah, everybody was nodding their heads, and it was so nice afterwards. People saying, we've seen quite a few tribute bands, and you guys are very good. So I won't go too big headed here, but they said, yeah, you guys were really impressed with you guys. So yeah, we've just been doing shows ever since, and loving the crowd's reaction. And after the show, hardcore fans come up to us saying that was really, really good. I haven't heard that song for years. Things like 11 O'Clock, TikTok, Unforgettable Fire. U2 haven't played for a while, but we play them, and so people come back for that. They want to hear those old tunes sometimes.
That's very exciting. So, the Bono question. You ready?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
me.
How deep do you go into channeling Bono? Just the voice, or do you secretly own the same sunglass collection?
What do you say about sunglasses?
Yeah.
These are the actually Oliver Peoples that Bono uses.
No way.
Yeah, they're like quite a lot of money. Yeah, they're very expensive.
Well, that's...
But I thought, if you're going to be in a tribute band, you better do the same thing. If these guys are going to out and buy all the replicas, guitars and the drums and the basses, then I just can't buy it. I better do the same thing and get the real jacket that he wears and the sunglasses, and that's just the look. Obviously, sometimes on stage I wear a wig and stuff, to like put my cap on, but I think, as for the channeling the voice, I remember being a kid and just listening to U2 in '83 and listening to Bono on my headphones as a kid. I think it was the Blood Red Sky album, right? The one that was really popular in '83, and just mimicking him and then finding out that I sounded like him. So, yeah.
Okay, let's go again. The edge factor, and that I'm gonna ask to you. Guitar magic time. Is there one U2 riff that gives you the goosebumps every time you play it?
I'd have to say one. I really enjoy playing that song. It's got a very haunting kind of vibe to it, and that's the one I enjoy playing most.
What does it make it that good? Why and how does it give you goosebumps and make you think about that song?
just from a guitar standpoint, there's a lot of different tones that go into it, from like it sounding like a church organ to that shimmer to I enjoy playing that one. It's a lot of fun.
And for me, when he plays the solo in New Year's Day, I just go off. I just love that.
Well,
I do that one pro bono.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, unexpected crowd favorite. Which U2 song do fans request the most, and does it surprise you?
Not really. I'm in the front of it, so I hear it all. Everybody shouts Sunday Bloody Sunday. We could be like 2 songs in, and people want to hear Sunday Bloody Sunday.
It's almost impossible. You do U2 tribute and not play that.
Yeah, we have started with that sometimes. We started our sets with that Sunday Bloody Sunday. So we've had people 2 or 3 songs in Sunday Bloody Sunday, and guys would just shout there for like 7 songs in, shouting Sunday Bloody Sunday. So.
Yeah.
It's the same for you?
Yeah, sometimes we play it twice. Yeah, New Year's Day is another big popular one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
It's like the Freebird and Sweet Home Alabama of U2. Those are the 2 big ones. Yeah.
Okay. Epic moments. Has there been a performance where the energy in the room made you feel like you were U2 for a night?
I think every time we get on stage, when we play the Clan music, it's a theme from Harry's Game, which U2 played before the War Tour in '83. Every time the music goes on, the lights go down, and the mist comes and dry ice comes on. As soon as we get on stage, we are U2. We believe it's like we're method acting. It's like somebody that's playing William Shakespeare and Shakespeare's play, they're playing Hamlet or something like that. Well, we are acting to be U2 for those 2 hours. So we're really all in the U2 zone. I mean, I look here and that's Adam Clayton. Over there, that's Larry Mullen, and here I've got the Edge next to me, and we all think the same. We're all dressed up like U2.
Yeah, it's about recreating the authenticity and putting on a real, authentic show for them, so we've got to believe it ourselves. It's not to the point of being overly delusional, but we're going to great lengths to make it as authentic as possible.
Because if we don't believe it, the crowd isn't going to believe it.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I had the chance to watch you guys play, and I literally feel that I'm watching U2 live. For me, there was literally no difference. So you guys do a pretty good job of that.
Thank you so much for your kind words.
So, set list secrets. How do you decide which U2 eras or albums make it into your shows? Is it the crowd, the place? Tell me about that.
We like to change it up all the time because people come to see us, so we like to change up the set lists. And every time we play Crazy Mike's a couple of times now, and we're playing September the 12th. And so when we play again, we'll be totally changing the set list up again because we want to put some new songs in, and we don't want people to know what's coming. So we like to surprise people.
So you like to make
absolutely,
a surprise.
yeah. And we also got to do him in the order of Brad's guitars.
Yeah.
He's always
Fun fact, about how we do the set list. There's 4 guitars that the Edge uses, and if we didn't take that into consideration, I'd be doing nothing but changing guitars half the time. So that factors into it.
Okay. So, fan stories. What's the most heartwarming or outrageous fan interactions you have had? Okay, tell me about it.
It was that St. Patrick's Day
Okay.
gig, and we were up there playing, and it was the end of a song, and all of a sudden these leprechauns came up, and I thought they were real leprechauns because they were about 3 feet tall, but they were dancing and just having a great time, and I had my wireless rig on, so I went down, jumped off the stage and went down and started dancing with them, and we were all just having such a great time, and that was my favorite crowd interaction.
Do you think you impacted their lives and
I know they definitely
enjoyed it?
Yeah, enjoyed it.
We have the footage.
Yeah.
How about for you?
I just think for me is just people coming up after the show saying that they had a great time and that they, we brought them back into a place that U2 are no longer in. We play a lot of stuff from Under a Blood Red Sky and the War album, and sometimes the Boy album too. And it's like when people come up to me and they say, "Well, I've heard that song in so many years, and I was at Red Rocks 40 years ago and I heard that song, and it's one of my favorite songs, and you guys played it tonight." That's when I go, "Oh, that was really worth it," because you can't sort of buy that. We didn't pay them to say that, but when they say that to us, it's sort of we know that we're onto a good thing, and we're doing a good thing, and we're doing a good job of representing a really great band.
That has to feel really good.
Yeah.
Really good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Costume confessions. Have you ever had a wardrobe malfunction on stage with the leather pants involved or some kind of things like this?
I have to say something here. When I played back in the early 2000s with The Unforgettable Fire in a place called The Cavern in Liverpool, which where the Beatles used to play.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, and we played there, and one of the guys, my friend, said to me, "Listen, I bet you wouldn't put a leather sock down your trousers." And so at the time, I'm like, so I put this leather sock down my pants, so I look more like Paul Stanley from Kiss with the leather pants on and a big bulge, And so it was really funny, and the guy who actually knew me that I worked with started shouting, "Sock boy!" And it took me a while to live that down. So it was funny, but definitely a wardrobe malute function for
Well,
the show.
that's definitely a story, and it's a funny, it's a really funny one, entertaining.
It's true.
How about you?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Yeah,
have anything like that.
No, no. Okay. All right. This is a touchy subject for some people, but let's go into it. Bono's activism influence. Has U2's activism ever inspired your band to support a cause or charity?
Well, we do some pro bono work, like I said, but we enjoy supporting charities. There was one gig, I won't say it, but we donate part of our proceeds to support charity. It was a particular charity that it kind of resonated with us. So
I think most of the bands, that play by heart, they actually do some type of charity or donation. Or
We have
support.
one next year in Daytona Beach, Flagler Beach. It's a big charity for the fire service, local fire service in Flagler Beach, and they're bringing us in, and we're going to do a show. And a lot of the proceeds that they make from the show, we're going to go to the fire service. I think they had one for the police service a few months back. They had a Eddie Van Halen tribute band in, and I think they raised like $30,000 for the police, local police, charity programs around that area.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
so
it's
cool.
cool.
Okay. Unexpected covers. Have you ever snuck a non-YouTube song into your set to surprise the crowd? I think you pretty much answered that in terms of
come out to
surprise,
Crazy
but-
Uncle Mike's, and we're not going to say which one it is,
Okay.
but
Yeah, we have a couple of ones we're going to sneak in on Crazy Uncle Mike's at the end.
Okay.
So it's something that we've always wanted to do, and yeah, we're going to do it still in the sort of YouTube sort of genre. But yeah, we're going to sneak a couple in and Crazy Uncle Mike's, so come out.
Your U2 DNA. Which U2 album best describes your band's personality and why?
for me personally, I'd say Blood Red Sky. That's what got me into them in the first place, and it's one of those. I'm sure everybody has an album they can just listen to every song over and over again. And every
Why?
song has meaning.
Is that a reason?
I think just the energy that was when they were first coming on the scene. They were so, I don't know, just so much energy. And if you just watch that, those videos from back then, to me, that was just, that defined them for me.
And is that the same for you?
I would say so, yeah. I mean, for me, the earlier the U2, the better. I mean, when I was, 13, in 83 and 84, I would listen to these bootlegs from Dublin in 1979, 1980, where the band was really raw and hungry, and that's something that I listened to on like a cassette tape. Now, looking back on YouTube, we have those shows, some of those shows anyway, recorded, so I can actually see what it was like. And for me, U2 were the best in their early days. I'm not saying that they're still a great band, but I think it was the flame that started the fire. All the way from sort of
Unforgettable.
all the way from the Boy album in 1982, Unforgettable Fire, 85, and 84, 85, and I think those sort of 5 years they were probably the most exciting band. It was like a new wave punk that.
Yeah, and they've evolved over the years, and that's one of the great things about them is they've stood the test of time. They've been able to kind of reinvent themselves as they went, and they keep coming up with great albums and great songs. For what's it been 3 decades, 4 decades?
1977, so
Yeah.
30, 48 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they came out, I watched them, and in interviews they basically say they came out of their comfort zone, and I think that describes U2 from when they started to what we see it today. Time travel gig. If you could open for U2 at any point, look at this, Miles.
I know what I'm saying already. That Blood Red Sky
At
live
any
concert.
point in their career, what year and
That was
tour
1983.
would you choose?
1983, June?
June
June
the
1983, when they played at Red Rocks Amphitheater
June the
in
5th.
Colorado.
Same thing for you.
Well, he stole mine, so I've got to go with something else. I think I would do the Workiter Festival in Belgium in '82, which was the summer, and they were playing lots of songs from the October album, which is probably one of my favourite albums. They were playing things like Tomorrow and Fire and all the old stuff that all the old fans will know. And like I said, the passion then, the rawness, because our generation sort of missed punk, but with U2 it was like punk reinvented, because it was like new wave punk, and I know that Bono and Edge were big Sex Pistols and the Clash fans, and they were there, inspirational, and then for them to see that played out in their music, then it was our Sex Pistols moment to see an early U2 with a really angst Bono with crazy hair, climbing up scaffolds, and the Edge with his big, sort of, with his actually hair there, Adam Clayton with his big Afghan blonde,
See that video on YouTube, it's amazing.
and Larry Mullen just going away like a freight train, man. They were just, energy was amazing, and I would love to, it would be so hard to recreate that show because we'd all be knackered because the energy was so powerful. But that's the show for me. I would have loved to see and opened up for. Yeah.
Okay, so going back here to the sound check shenanigans. Do you rehearse seriously before shows, or is sound check more of a jam section free for all? I think I know the answer for that, but let's go.
Yeah, we just sound check a few songs. That's all.
But we do rehearse before shows.
Yeah, we rehearse before
We'll
shows.
get together a couple of weeks before shows. And
That's
we'll
what we're
just,
doing today.
Yeah, we'll just drum, and yeah, pun intended. But we will just, so we're doing it like we're breathing. So when we're on stage, it just comes so natural because we're so disciplined in rehearsing because it is an act. We're not our own band. If we were our own band and did our own stuff, we could just get on stage and do what we want.
Yeah, there's not room for improvisation. We're really trying to nail exactly the sound, exactly note for note, the vocals, everything. So it takes practice.
I think that's why you guys sound so perfect. I'm seriously, I had such a great time. Again, it's like I was inside a U2 show. So I think exactly what you guys saying.
Yeah, and you've
Trying
said
to
this
hit the
before.
note.
There's bar bands that can play U2 songs, but that's not what a tribute band does. A real good tribute band really dissects the songs, the tones, gets the same equipment, matches everything up, and just really tries to recreate the magic that is the band.
Fair enough. Okay. Crowd hypnosis. What's your go-to song to instantly light up the audience?
I think Pride is a good one. Everybody knows that one. Pride, Beautiful Day. I know Brad enjoys doing Streets, and I know that when the backing music for Streets come on, and Brad starts his solo, people get like, I can hear, hey, this is going on, this is going down. So yeah, those three songs.
Beautiful Day is such a feel-good anthem. And Vertigo too is just such high energy. Love that one.
Musical lessons. What's the biggest thing you've learned about music, teamwork, and persistence by playing U2 songs?
I think being in this band's like being in a family. You can pick your friends, you can't pick your family. So you have to sort of work together, and everybody has to listen to each other and respect each other. And very rarely you get four guys that are really on the same wavelength as we are. And I've been in lots of bands, but I've never felt such a really good brotherhood as this band. It's really tight, and we sort of make it
Yeah,
work.
we like a good chemistry.
Definitely.
So you said good chemistry?
Yeah.
I think that's very important for a band, especially four guys playing together. I think that's important.
It's not always easy being in bands because prior to this we were all in bands. Brad was a touring musician, did loads of gigs all over the country, and sang with Eric Walter. The drummer was all over the place. He played on cruise ships. He was a session musician in Detroit, and Eric was in an international band all over the world, playing Aerosmith band.
Oh, that's nice.
And myself, playing in lots of bands in England and Ireland and Wales, and so not always there's that harmony that you need. Otherwise, it's not going to last because there's a lot of egos in bands, and I think here it's all about the music. We don't get involved in the politics and stuff like that. We're all about the music and trying to give people a U2 show. Because to be honest, U2 have played more than they're going to play. I don't know how long they're going to keep on going. So I know the Pink Floyd tributes now are selling out like huge theatres because people miss them. And I know once U2 do hang up their guitars, then people are really going to miss U2 because they've been such a great, they've been our friends for the past 40 years.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Okay, dream collaboration. If you could invite one original U2 member on stage with you, who would it be and what would you play? Oh wow.
I'd invite the guitar tech Dallas Shoe on.
That's a good answer, actually.
That's a very good answer.
The man behind the edge. Yeah, he's right there.
I'm not gonna ask you why.
Well, so
I
you can help out with all the
why,
guitars.
exactly.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
And how about you?
I think I'd like to just play with the Edge. There's a song called Stay, which is a slow song by U2, and I think Edge plays guitar. I think me and Brad tried it one time, but I think, being somewhere like Wembley Stadium, walking out with the Edge playing the acoustic guitar and singing Stay together, that for me would be sort of, one of those, sort of definitely a dream collaboration for sure. So,
Nice.
so Edge? Just joking.
Inspiring the next. This is a very tough, question I think for the band because because of what's going on today with the new generation. I don't think they understand what bands like U2, Pink Floyd, and all the big names are about, and how the inspiration goes for them. So, inspiring the next generation. What advice would you give to someone dreaming of starting their own tribute band or music project?
Well, first of all, when it comes to inspiring the next generation, there's a friend of mine who I used to jam with over in Wales called Mark Robinson. And Mark and some other guys got together a few years ago and they started a guitar school in the local town where I lived, and it was called Flint Guitar School. And now what they've been doing is getting hands into instruments of children, whether it's free donations and everything, and they've been setting up on a Monday nights, like giving free lessons, giving out guitars, and getting all these kids, and now 3 years later, half the town's playing music, and then it's amazing, and it's inspiring me. I think we should do something here with musicians and get the same idea. It's an amazing idea. Mark's an amazing guy, and when Mark started this, other musicians have come along. So there's now a drum school, a bass school, vocals, and now they're putting on little mini concerts. And big bands are saying, "Hey, we love what you're doing. Would you guys like to open for us?" So Flint Guitar School is really, he's giving the next generation. Mark is giving the next generation back, and it's something that I think we could do over here in America. And all you guys out there who are in bands, we could do something like that in South Florida and get something going and give back to the community and get instruments into the hands of kids instead of guns.
That's a very good choice. How about you, brother?
I just want to say, come on down to Crazy Uncle Mike's. We're going to play with or without you, but we'd prefer if it was with you.
That's a very good one. I love it.
Yeah, so,
I love it.
So Crazy Uncle Mike's on the 12th of September, Friday. We're going to put the link on the video where you can get some tickets on Eventbrite. A lot of people are going to be going there. It's our third time there. We just want to sell the place out and have a great evening.
And I just got to say that the address is going to be on there too, because you have to be careful trying to get there because the streets have no name.
That's true.
Okay.
Are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there.
Awesome.
I'm definitely going to be there.
And also Walter and Eric will be there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because without them, we are nothing.
You got no band.
No, we are just a duo, and you probably get about 4 songs out of us.
Before we go, I have one more question because watching U2, okay, I had this question. This is my own personal question because one of the reasons why they start creating their own songs is because when they began trying to play other songs, it was very difficult on their time to get to play somebody else's song. So they start coming out with their own songs. Do you guys do that? Do you write your own songs?
We don't collectively. I do as a solo musician, but that's another thing. But I think we've all wrote songs in the past. I mean, Brad is a very good guitarist, and he knows all the chords. As Matt Knopfler says, in Dire Straits. So and then, like I said, I'd love to have the time to go and to a studio with these guys for 8 hours and see what we come up with. Maybe it's something we might do in the future. I don't know. I mean,
I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
It might sound a little bit like you too, but and then I get a chance to play guitar too. Then, so.
Here we go. And you, same?
I've never written a song. Never really cared to. I'm playing other people's songs.
Okay, and that's okay. So say it again. Where it's going to be the show?
Oh, Crazy Uncle Mike's in Boca on the 12th of April.
What time?
12th of September.
12th.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's my son-
12th of September.
That's my son's birthday. 12th of September, Friday, 8 o'clock, and be there.
Great whiskey, great food.
Yeah, it is.
Fantastic live music venue.
It's an amazing venue. We love playing there. Mike and Beth are great people, and we always get a warm welcome there. So it's going to be a great crowd. So yeah, come on out.
We're psyched.
We can't wait.
Well, I will be there, and I hope to see you all there. Thank you so much, guys, for
Thank you.
giving me the opportunity to do this. And
I'll just say that in
I'll be
Brazil.
there.
I'll just say that in Portuguese. You're going to be there.
Eu vou estar lá. Muito obrigado por me dar a oportunidade de entrevistar vocês.
There you go.
Maybe don't understand anything, but let's go.
Thank you.